Yes.
What do your managers do?
What our managers do? Well, a hotel of 230 rooms is run in the morning by 4 ambassadors and a shift leader, in the afternoon by 4 ambassadors and a shift leader, and 2 overnight ambassadors. And they do about 180, 190 check-ins and check-outs, and do all the food service and provide all the award-winning service that we give. The manager is somebody that is passionate, can guide teams, and their responsibilities are very limited. They need to schedule, so the team scheduling, which is very important. And the second thing that they do is ordering the food and beverage from bar stocks. We do the contracting, we do the accounting, we fill the hotels, we do everything else. So they are in charge of the team. That's their responsibility. And we had 45 GMs apply for us in Glasgow when we opened up this summer. And people that had worked with great companies like Oberoi and were even educated by the Oberoi School. We had lots of managers, and I hired a gentleman that ran nightclubs. No hotel experience whatsoever. But what he was good at was to coach teams like this. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Yes?
How does the housekeeping operation work in the hotels?
Very good. As we looked at everything anew, I said, well, housekeeping is really a specialty. So we felt that if you are good in facility management, you bring down the time and the quality goes up that is required, thus your expense. And then, as you know, in the hospitality industry, we don't buy our linen, we rent our linen that goes with the cleaning. And then I said all of a sudden, well, if I marry those two, and they do also my logistics of all the things that I store in the most expensive locations around town, then maybe I can pay them by a cost per occupied room. So I went to a large outfit here in Amsterdam, or in the Netherlands, that does facility management. They do hundreds of hotels. I went to one of the larger laundry companies, and I asked these guys to start a joint venture in a new company. And in my hotels, there are no storerooms. And with the linen, all the amenities and the cleaning supplies get delivered. And I outsourced it completely. But what I did say is the individual that works at the back of the house needs to be identical to the one that is in the front of the house. So they wear the same uniforms, they get the same training, they get the same TLC, tender love and care. And our ambassadors, incidentally, all our staff walks in through the front door. I have no back door. They eat where the guests eat, they eat what the guests eat, and I treat them like royalty because they're the ones providing the service. So we outsource the back of the house completely on a cost per occupied room. And they are so good at it that when we went to Glasgow, I tried to get 2 companies myself and get quotations, and they, with their knowledge, were able to do more savings and pay for their own. So they now manage that whole process in Glasgow also. Hope that answers. Anybody else? Yes. Hey, Jeff.
Do they also do the people involved in the back of the house also share in the 30% that you use as an incentive?
No, because they are outsourced, so they're in a different collective bargaining, a different CAO. So there's a different thing, but we do have incentives for them. So they, within their own area, have incentives on cleaning, on numbers room cleaned, and what is very important for us is that they have the same passion. And what happens, that's usually the group of people that have the highest turnover in every hotel, and we have very loyal troopers because they like what they're doing a lot. So, but that is not mixed, that is separate, although it's behind the scene and the staff themselves will not know. Yes, ma'am.
How do you measure satisfaction? Do you have a way to do that?
Yeah, very good question. How do you measure satisfaction? It's a little bit like passion. How do you measure it? Difficult. So we do it several ways. We look at our TripAdvisor comments daily. We look at other third-party comments every day. And we have our own survey, which is called a survey that basically asks, would you recommend us? A net promoter score, and it goes from -100 to 100 positive. And we look at that every day, and when people are positive, we just thank them.
Only one question?
Just
Only one question.
only one question, would you recommend this? That's the most important. And when we're failing that, then our managers get in touch with you. And ultimately, because that's why I think you're asking who judges whether they get the 30%, there's only one God in the hotel, and it's the hotel manager. So we don't get involved in that. Why? Because that manager needs to get your attention. So you show up 3 times late, and they say, listen, please don't do that anymore. The month after it happens again, you get taken down. And if we want to, let's say, have people explore other opportunities, we basically tell them, look, as long as you're here, you will never get the 30% anymore. That takes care of that as well in rigid environments when it comes to labor laws. Last question. I don't know how we're doing on time. Go ahead.
What about employee satisfaction? How do you test that?
Well, we have not done it formally, I guess. But what is important for us is that our hotels are alive. So everybody works in the hotels, hangs around the hotels, and what we notice is that when we enter from the central office, it's energy neutral. Nothing, we have a very good rapport, friendliness, it's open, and you can measure very easy whether people are satisfied or not. And the managers of the hotels themselves can go a little deeper and see what personal issues are. But a blank measuring we haven't done yet, because we really didn't feel the need for it, and it has never actually come up. We do meet regularly with them. So for instance, tomorrow I fly out to Glasgow, and I meet with the staff, just sit with them and hang. Nothing on the agenda other than to get together.
Welcome in Amsterdam. This is the Eurocree Daily. We share your passion for hospitality excellence.